Ricky is the eldest son of our parents, and he was a boy who brought a lot of pride to my parents. He was very good in his studies, and we three of us used to always wonder how come he doesn't study so much, but he always did so well. He had a position, top 10, in his metric, in his BCom, in his MA in economics, and his Masters in Commerce too. He brought a lot of pride to us, to my parents. When we would see his name on the newspaper, we would feel a lot of pride for that. Our parents taught us to work hard, to be humble, to live righteously, and to have a spirit of compassion for others. They taught us to uplift the people who are lesser than us, the weak who could not speak for themselves, and who could not fight for themselves. We as brothers and sisters, and especially Ricky, have upheld the teachings of our parents and have always continued to be an example to everybody else. We used to talk a lot, my brother and I, and every time I come home, we will always discuss, or we talk on the phone a lot. Recently, when I came home from Hong Kong for Christmas, we were walking and we were talking about how life has changed so much for us. When we were young, we were not very well to do, but we had enough. We never felt that our parents did not do anything for us. In fact, we felt that our parents gave us everything that we needed. But looking back, I know that we didn't have everything that we have now. We used to have one scooter that my dad used to drive, and 4 or 5 of us would sit when we had to go places. And Ricky was telling me that I can't believe that from that we've come to this, where I'm sitting in the parliament speaking to people who we used to watch in the news and read in magazines. And he said that I can't believe that I'm now sitting where I'm sitting and doing what I'm doing. I could never imagine. And we would say that our parents were up in heaven now, would be very proud of him, and hopefully proud of us three too. He is a brother who's been an example to all of us. And here I'd like to say the first lesson that I'd like to impart, which I know Ricky would want me to do. I'd like you to follow his example, to honor his name by working hard, by working righteously, by living righteously, by being humble, and by having compassion for others, especially the ones who are weaker than us, especially those who cannot speak for themselves. And like all the leaders, all the people here, and all the friends and family, to be that example that Ricky was too. The second part, I'd speak of my brother as a brother and how he was to all of us. I know I speak for myself and for my sisters and for all my cousins. It would be hard to find an elder brother like Ricky. He was a person who was always bringing us a lot of joy. He was very funny when he was home. He would crack a lot of jokes, play a lot of practical jokes on us, and always made us laugh. He was also a brother who never forgot us in his prayers. He would pray day and night, and always remember us in his prayers. And all of us, we would always go to him for advice, whether it's big or small. We would always go up to him and speak, and always ask him for what he thought and what we should do. But as a person who he is, he would never tell us what to do and what not to do. He would always tell us, you think about it, you must pray, and do you do what you think is right? And that has helped us to think for ourselves and to stand on our own feet. The lesson I want to say here is, Ricky has always taught us, brothers and sisters, and I'd like to say the same thing to you. He would always tell us that change comes from yourself, your individual. And so I'd like to urge all of us here, think about that change. Be a change on yourself, and then you can change the family, and then you can change the society, the state, and the country. I'd like all of us to renew our vows and be determined to do all of that and be an example to others around us. The third part, I'd speak of my brother Ricky as a man, as a statesman, to the outside world. It's quite easy for me to talk about him and how he is to the outside world because he was always the same inside and outside. He will always be exactly who he is, whether he is at home, whether he is in the streets, or whether he is in Delhi in the parliament, or when he traveled around. He was a person who was good to everybody that he knew. In here, you will find people who've been with us for 20, 30 years, who've worked with us. And I'd like a special mention to all the people who helped us and who's been with us throughout. They've been the right hand for my brother, supported him throughout his life, throughout his time here. One of the things that my brother always spoke about was to be humble, to work righteously, and to support others. Now, as an honorable MP of ours for the Shillong seat, he has done his job well. I'm very confident when I say that because I know he tried his best in everything that he had to do. But I also know that there were many things that he wanted to do. Often he would talk to me and he'll tell me that there's too many things that needs to be done in the state. There are too many challenges and there are too many difficulties and shortcomings in the governance, in the way that the state is run, and in the policies and everything else that's around us. But I also know that throughout that, he never gave up. He never ever thought of giving up because he was a man who once he had committed, he would stay committed to the cause. I know he wanted to accomplish many, many things as an MP, but some of the few important things were issues of the border, issues of health, issues of education, and especially to help solve the problems for the poor and the needy. He wanted to help everyone in the state, from the lowest to the highest, from the poorest to the richest. Ricky never really wanted to be a political figure, but I know that once he decided, he was determined to do a job well. Like everything that he would do, he would always commit and give 100% to everything. So here, I'd like to talk about my lesson number 3. And in here, in the dais, we have people, members and senior leaders from the VPP, NPP, the MDA government, Congress, and many others. As a brother, and as a person who's listened to him quite a lot, I would urge all the leaders of the state, no matter the party, no matter the symbol, I would urge that everybody come together, and that's what he would have loved to see. That we work together to uplift the state, to uplift the people of the state, and to uplift this beautiful state of ours, which has been truly blessed by God. I also hope that though we mourn the loss of a great leader, that there will be many, many more leaders who will come after him. I hope that there will be many, many more leaders who will come, who will lead, and who will also be another example. Like Mahatma said, we should not be sad. We should be happy because he's gone to a better place. And we should be happy that he set an example to all of us. And I hope that we will find leaders going forward who will be humble, who will work for the poor, the needy, who will uplift the whole state, our beloved state of Meghalaya. May the God of hope, our living God, the God who knows all, the God who sees all, and the God who gives us courage, who gives us consolation, and who gives us peace. May He be with all of us. May He grant us peace. May God grant us peace. And may God grant eternal peace for our brother. I know that he is now with God and is now with Jesus. He was a firm believer of that. And he always said, for him to die is gain. And I hope that he will see us, he will guide us, and he will guide all of us to move forward. Thank you. God bless you all.